2014, order at 7 p.m. Everyone please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, call roll, please.
Sturritt?
Here.
Clark?
Here.
Cronin?
Here.
Wallach?
Here.
Ballard?
Here.
Cooper?
Here.
Audie?
Everyone has the agenda in front of them. Is there anything anyone would like to add, delete, or is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, I'll move the agenda be accepted as presented.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Any citizen comment on non-agenda items? Any citizen comment? Hearing none, we have no presentations tonight. We're moving into administrative reports. Everyone has their building department report. Is there anything else anyone would like to add under Commissioner liaison reports at this time? Mr. Sturt.
Madam President, Trustee Clark had asked me about the pump at the sewer plant at the last meeting. I did get an email, if you don't mind if I address him at this
No,
time.
please.
I did get an email from Chuck. They did order it, and actually Becky from the village office called me because they were trying to deliver it. Like before they came all the way out to Armada, they wanted to make sure somebody was going to be there. So he anticipates within the next week or two it should be installed.
Okay, good.
Okay? I tried to print it, but my printer didn't work, and I was going to hand it to you. But now everybody's aware of that.
You said the next week or two, Mike?
The next couple of weeks, yeah. I mean, they were delivering it last week.
Okay.
They were attempting to see when he'd be available, so. Okay.
Madam President.
Yes.
The right-of-way consents have been delivered to all of our people on our East Main Street project. I did that today. Caught some home, and I caught my last one here at the meeting, so we're all set. And I told them that they had to have them up here quickly.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Sturritt or Mr. Ballard? Hearing none, are there any other commissioner liaison reports at this time? Hearing none, we will move into the consent agenda. It's the approval of the regular council meeting minutes of 7/28/14, payment of bills, and the auditor's amended engagement letter. Is there anything anyone would like to pull, or is there a motion at this time?
So I'll resolve to approve the agenda as, consent agenda as presented, please.
Motion by Mr. Wallach, is there a second? Support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. We have no old business, moving into new business. The MDOT contract for preliminary engineering. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, Street Administrator Ballard, this is your agenda item.
Okay, this is the MDOT preliminary engineering contract. This is where we actually get our money, so the clerk was sent the attached contract from MDOT and was sent to and reviewed by Roland Alex at HRC and our attorney, Mr. Bohorsky. The contract pertains to preliminary engineering portion of the East Main Street project. According to Roland, this is a standard contract, does not include anything out of the ordinary, and recommends that the village sign and return this. That being said, I resolve to approve the SPP preliminary engineering modified contract number 14-5449 between the Michigan Department of Transportation and the Village of Armada, and to authorize the president and clerk to sign all documents in connection with this agreement.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion? Do we need a roll call on this one?
I don't think so.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item is the reallocation of CDBG funds. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, Clerk Polis, this is your agenda item.
Well, if I can find my agenda statement. Okay. I was contacted by Carrie Fortune at the county Skyline Camp, we had dedicated $1,000 to them in our nonprofit allocation for CDBG. They are unable to use it. She was informed by them. I'm not sure why, but she told me that that can be reallocated. I would like for council to approve to reallocate that to the senior center project. It'll be $1,000 more, hopefully then, we'll be able to get a little bit more done on it, so.
Madam President, I'll make a motion to approve the reallocation of $1,000 of CDBG funds originally awarded to Skyline Camp to the bricks and mortar project, Armada Senior Center improvements.
Motion by Mr. Stewart, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion? I have a quick question. That agreement that we sent to township, did that have a dollar amount on it when we did the senior center? Does that need to be amended?
It may have. I can just send them an amendment saying
Okay.
that we're gonna add another 1,000 due to this.
Can we add that to the agreement that we approved that? Because we have to make a motion on that too? Can we add
Well,
that in this?
I think we had two. We had one for the fire department equipment
Right.
and one for the bricks and mortar.
Yeah.
I really don't think you need to.
We don't need to, okay.
Yeah,
Because we had to make a motion to go into that agreement. I just don't know if we have to modify it. Do we have to bring it back
I would say if we
again?
were taking money away, it would be a
The other
larger
thing-
deal than.
if we have language, if Michelle can check it and get back to the council, if we have language in there that says that authorize, the president and clerk to sign all documents or sign,
Mhm.
we can rely on that too to make an amendment without having to bring the whole thing back. It's only 1,000, it's
Right.
well under,
Right,
so I don't think,
okay.
as long as council's comfortable.
I just didn't want to hold them up
I
for
just think
another whole
I mean, to go and do a
season
whole new agreement for $1,000, I think we can avoid that.
Okay, I just want to hold it up another month, so. Okay. All those in favor, signify, or we have to do roll call on this? Okay.
Sturman,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Wolak,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes,
Conan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to the next agenda item, it's the approval for payment to subcontracted fair workers. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Treasurer Adair, this is your agenda item.
Okay, this is the exact same thing we did last year for the pay, or the employees, the pay, and for the security people that we hired to work security at the fair, so that they can get paid on the next scheduled bills right after the fair and their time is submitted. Otherwise, there'd be that lapse in between for them.
I so moved as a result of the allowed for payment to subcontracted fair workers on August 21st, 2014.
Motion by Mr. Wallach, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item, authorization to pay park commission coordinator and assistant. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Treasurer Adair, this is your agenda item.
This is for the Parks Committee, but Harry's not here, and so, as you all know, Sam does an awesome job on the Park Committee and getting the concerts going and utilizing the park, making sure that everything is maintained, that it's clean. So their budget can support it. We pay any other commissioner on committees, so I would like to add for the 4 months that they do the work on the pay, on the parks for the programs, if we could give them the same pay that we pay any of the other commissioners, for $25 a month for the two of them to do that.
Who is Tim Cheek?
He is the guy that helps her. He's the one who started all the sponsorships, and this year alone, I think they've got $2,800 worth of sponsors, 28.
So that's coming as revenue to the park?
To the park, yes.
Okay, so basically we're just using that money to pay them then, right? This isn't coming out of,
It will come out of the parks budget because there's no actual budget line item for that
Right.
revenue. But it will offset, we actually this year have a cancellation because of rain.
right,
So there's $200 sitting there, so,
right, but we might not have that next year and I don't.
not next year. But
Right.
when we do it the budget, we'll do it a line item for it, so that it's actually in there if this is something we want to
So
continue to do.
when these sponsors give money, it's going into the park fund?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So
is
there's-
it for specific something though?
It's for the needs of the park.
Oh, is it?
So So that would pay for
So,
this
I
then?
mean, it could pay for the bands, could pay for picnic tables. I mean,
The intent was for improvements to the park, not to pay for the band is what gets
Okay.
people into the park.
okay, well,
So
we're receiving money.
we are definitely
Mhm.
receiving.
So-
We got more coming in than,
That's
Right,
going out.
that's what I wanted to make sure, if we had enough to cover this.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of making it a paid job. And even though that, you know, Tim and Sam do a fantastic job. I work with Sam, she's great. It's been a volunteer. Every time we have a volunteer, I don't think we should pay them. I think they're doing it for the good of the community.
She's
And,
been doing it for 8 years.
I know how long she's been doing it.
Okay.
So I just am opposed to paying this. I don't want to pay the people to do the flowers.
But we do.
No,
We
we
reimburse.
pay for the flowers.
Hours, yes.
yeah, a certain amount.
We pay as a reimbursement so much for the flowers.
Right.
I didn't
Anyhow, that's just my opinion.
I didn't think about this.
I feel the same way as Dave. I know they've done a great job. We went to the concert the other day and it was packed. But I know there used to be a park committee because I was on it before I was on council and we didn't get paid. I think if you're going to pay, in my opinion, if you're going to pay people to be on the committee, I think it needs to be run through like something more official on it, not an ordinance, but like planning commission is paid, ZBA is paid.
Right.
You need to make more of an official committee, I think, because I didn't even know there was a committee. I know Sam did a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was an official committee, so I would rather see something official set up if you're gonna go that route versus just paying people who do volunteer, in my opinion.
I have a question. At the beginning of the year, last January, didn't we appoint them to this?
You might have Sam.
I don't remember Tim saying.
No.
Tim's just started this
Sam,
year. He's
I don't
been
know if it
around.
was
Well,
this
no, last
year.
year, I'm sorry.
I think
Last
Tim
year.
was involved last year
Yes.
also.
Yeah, he has
Last
been.
year.
Again,
Because
and
he started the
I
sponsorship program.
also believe that if you have enough donations, all expenses for the Armada Jam should come out of that donated money, such as the $200, such as repair, if you're doing that, you have to have seating and that.
Right, and
I
that's
think
part of
that-
what the intent was for collecting the sponsorship monies.
Marv, did you?
Well, I have a thought that, has been explained to me by a person, and, there's been not much help given to a particular person, so I sort of feel sorry for it to have to work so hard and not get the, help from the appointed person. So I sort of feel at this time I may make an adjustment to that thought of the other gentleman's opinion. So I think I'd really at this time do so. And a one-time only. And then we can talk about the additional, for.
When you do it once, you usually have to continue doing it.
Well, probably no doubt. Then that's when we come in with the change, like Mr. Starrett says. Make it a lifelong program, or it's spelled.
When I first read this, I said I was all for it, but hearing everybody talk now, which I didn't think about committee and stuff, and I think right now maybe we shouldn't until maybe something is set up primarily for it. Not saying they don't deserve it, they've done a magnificent.
No, that's
She's
perfect.
done an awesome
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
That concert series was awesome.
All the setups for everything, anything that it needs, she's right there to do it.
There's
so.
many volunteers in this community that do a lot of work that do not get paid. And you guys all know, there's a lot of people that do volunteer work. And it makes it a better community.
But it's not under one of our specific commissions.
That's it.
That's one of the, yeah.
Madam President,
And she
it's only
did-
resolved to allow for the compensation to the park commission coordinator and assistant lump sum rate of $100 for the 2014 season at the rate of $25 each per month for the months of May through August. I'm going to drop annually. That way it's going to leave it open.
Okay, motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Wallach.
Actually, I think if you just drop off the whole and at the rate of $25, because if you just pay $100 this season, then you can discuss it again later.
Well, you see it says lump sum of $100. It doesn't say $100 each.
Are we in the discussion?
Well, it's both
Yes.
park commissioner and coordinator, park commission coordinator and assistant at a lump sum rate of $100. I mean, you could say each. Did you say each in your motion?
No, I did not.
It should say each, it's
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
It does say, then as you go on, $25 each.
And there's nothing that happens, you know, May is not a concert month.
But that's when she's making all of her phone calls and setting up all of
I actually, that's not true, Joe.
Really?
She's working on it February, March,
Oh, I know
April.
that, I know that.
You know,
But
there's a lot of work that
That's
goes
ahead.
before then.
I'll put that, I'll push good time,
Yeah.
yes.
So just, do you want to say $100 for the 2014 season and then take out the rest of it?
Put $100 each for the 2014
Okay.
Season and then take out the rest of it, because the rest of it
Yeah.
leaves it.
Yep.
It leaves it open for next year,
Right.
that's why I put it in there.
Mr. Ballard, are you okay with
Yes,
that
I'm fine
change?
with that.
Mr. Wallach, are you
Yes,
okay with that
definitely.
change? Okay. Any other discussion? Is there a roll call, please?
Ballard,
Yes.
Wolock,
Yes.
Clark,
No.
Conan,
No.
Cooper,
President right to vote last.
okay, Sturut.
No.
Okay, you guys are confusing me here. Yes, yes, no, no, no. And
So
Cooper.
even if I say yes, it's still no. So-
What was your vote, Madam President?
No, I don't really have to vote because it's no matter which way I go. It's
You're
a- it's a
abstaining?
No, yes.
Chicken.
Now, thank you for your consideration, I
Yeah.
think it would have been a nice thank
Yes.
you.
No, I'll do a no. I'll do a no.
Now,
Because I
will-
agree with the gardens.
Pressure.
If we open it up to that, then the gardens are volunteers and I just think that, like Mike said, if Harry wants to sit down, do something and present it at budget time and then we appoint it, then that's
Right.
different. Then we actually have it on the books.
Now,
That's how I feel about it.
I do think something should be done for Sam, and I always did that when I was Parks Committee.
I believe that is done
Should do like a-
from the
at
park
least a
commissioner.
recognition.
Directly.
I used to do
Yes.
it,
Sure, can I make a comment?
but I want that.
You know, you say about doing something for Sam, just like you do at Christmas time, you give, what, turkeys to the employees and,
No, we don't do that
open
anymore.
more.
We can't do
I
that.
mean, that you did have done in the past.
Yeah, but we got,
You know, if you do
Can't
something
do
like
that.
that.
You can't do a bonus.
no,
The US government doesn't like you to do it.
no, they do not.
They should do it.
Not even a turkey.
Yeah,
I
but
need
Congress
turkey.
is different.
Yeah.
No more big
But
bird.
Sam, if you're watching, and Mr. Cheeks, we do appreciate all your hard work, and we do support you in all of the things that you do for us. Thank you. Moving on to the next agenda item, the Title VI Plan.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
I put
that's
four,
instead of
it's
four.
six, sorry, it's six.
I'm like, I'm confused.
Hold on, let me look at it, make sure it's Title VI in it. Yeah, it's six,
Okay,
Title VI.
all right. Title VI Plan Approval. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, Clerk Polis, this is your agenda item.
Well, first of all, Jeff, on my agenda, it says Title IV, not Title VI.
That's okay.
That's okay, all right.
Just make sure we get the motion.
Yeah, change the motion. Okay, this, I brought this to you guys, June 9th to appoint someone as a Title VI coordinator, which you appointed me. I told you at that time that I would have to bring the plan back because I was still working with MDOT on it. The way it was explained to me is if you want to get federal money, you have to adopt this. So it's pretty much that simple. Oh, okay. No need. So it's been sent over to MDOT, it's been reviewed, they sent it back, said it's fine. And so I'm bringing it back because they need council's approval so I can send in a resolution. So basically, if you want the money, you gotta do it.
I'll move to adopt the Village of Armada Title VI non-discrimination plan and to allow the clerk and president to sign on behalf of the village.
Motion by Mr. Conan, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion?
Can I just ask one quick question?
Please.
The email references a limited English proficiency plan?
That's
Is
part
that part
of,
of it?
it's part of it,
Okay,
it's
all
in
right,
there.
just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Looks like we have to do that too.
yeah, it's part, it's
Okay.
part of it.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item is Giffords Webster Consulting Engineer for the East Main Street project discussion.
Madam President, I wanted to bring council up to date. Lyle and I had a meeting with Keith Meyer from Giffords Webster, and we went over all the projects that are outstanding right now, trying to get an idea of where they stood. A couple months ago, council talked about putting a committee together and investigating our options as it relates to engineering. And Lyle and I were some of our projects didn't seem to be going where we wanted to and meeting significant milestones of where we thought we should be and some of the problems that came up in these projects. So we met, we discussed where they were, kind of got an idea. Giffords was going to go back, put together kind of a summary of the projects, where they stood, and how much money's been incurred, if you will, from a billing standpoint. Keith dropped it off to us right before the meeting, so we haven't had time to look over it. But one of the things that we did talk about, if we do look at other engineers, if council, whatever council so chooses today, we do need to sit down and make sure before any payments are made that deliverables, as-built, all the proper support behind it is given to the appropriate trustee prior to that bill being paid. I mean, if they do some work and we don't get the paperwork related to it, then, you know, we're at a impasse. And so we have to work on that also. So there will be some communication if council so does choose to go forward with this. I think that was all I had. Well, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Well, Mike, I agree with you, and I think it's in the best interest of the village at this time. I will resolve to terminate the engineering services of Giffords Webster as village engineer and appoint Rowe Incorporated as interim village engineer at professional fees quoted, and to authorize the president and clerk to sign all documents required in conjunction with this action, subject to review and approval by the village attorney.
Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clerk. Any other discussion?
Madam President, one quick item I forgot in when I was talking. The S2 grant, I do believe we're going to have to continue with Giffords because of where the project stands. I just want council to be aware of that.
That doesn't affect Lyle's motion.
No, it shouldn't. No, because we have a contract related to that.
Have you discussed this at all with Giffords?
We have had.
Because when we talked, we said that we would tell Giffords what was going on, that we didn't want to blindside them.
There was a meeting with Giffords, correct. Yeah. They were made aware of it, and I do believe they chose to include a summary that's attached, which was against what we had agreed to in our meeting. By their choice.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next is upcoming agenda items. Is there anything anyone would like to post for the next agenda? Anything? Hearing none? Any other citizen comments?
Oh, the
Yes.
auditors are coming. I'm sorry, the auditors are coming to the next meeting.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
it's all right. I mean, I did have the meeting with Lyle and with Michael. Most of these issues I wasn't aware of before 6 weeks ago. So what I tried to do over the last 6 weeks was to respond
to the concerns. Obviously, it sounds like I didn't do it completely, but we do have a contract, and there's a period of time where we have to do a handoff of projects. And we would expect to be paid for the services that we render. According to our contract, we're supposed to get a 30-day notice. So there may be some time between now and the next couple of weeks.
Which
where
contract was that, I'm sorry?
Our basic contract with the village.
I don't think that, we didn't appoint the village engineer this year, at the beginning of the year. And I don't remember us getting a new contract, I just
There
remember
was
the
a
initial one a long
contract
time
signed
ago.
in 2009,
Mm-hmm,
and it had provisions in there for termination of the contract.
right, I
It
don't
was
think.
very specific.
But
I
how
think it was
long
a
was
one-
that?
I don't
Yeah.
think that contract,
It wasn't for.
my understanding, Keith, is that term, that contract has long been expired. I haven't examined it recently, but that's my understanding, but we'll look at it. And if we need to send you a 30-day, you know, we'll.
I'm not trying to be difficult.
No, I know, I'm just saying,
If we're gonna do it, we should just do it the right way.
Right.
Mhm, yes.
And since you're appointing Rowe as the interim, will you be having them do the third-party review? From East Main
Yes.
Street?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. And you want us to complete the SRF S2?
We are still working on the S2 with you, yes.
All right. Again, I apologize for the poor communication on our part. Shouldn't have happened.
Thank you. Mr. Lemieux?
So will GIF still take care of the East Main project then?
No,
They will be, so that Rowe will be taken over?
correct.
Okay.
Any other citizen comments? Hearing none. Any other council comments?
Madam President, can I talk about Pal Camp now, or do I do it
Please.
for community events?
No, you can talk under citizen
I
comments.
know I talked about it at the last meeting, that the kids were going to Pal Camp, and now the kids are back. I think all of them have returned.
You
think so?
I think.
I wish they have never lost
you a
a child.
counselor,
I know I was not a counselor, but I know some of our CDBG money went to Pal Camp, and I know my son, this is my first time participating, and Justin had a fantastic time. We talked for 2 days straight about everything they did. We Googled it, and he told me where every single thing was on the property. So I'm hoping that every other kid had a great time. Everything on Facebook looked positive. So I think that the CDBG money that was spent for Pal Camp was money well spent. And a thank you to Sandy, Shirley, and anybody else involved with the Pal Camp organization.
Yes.
Good job. Any other community events?
They made a fair, in case anybody did
Yeah,
not know,
no,
the fair's going on this week.
Besides the
raining.
monsoon today.
Yeah, well, it's
tomorrow
raining,
should
that
be-
means.
Any other community events? Hearing none, we have no closed session tonight. The time is now 7:28. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Madam President.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second? Support by Mr. Wolak. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Meeting is adjourned.
You go to the fair.